welcome to the show. So glad you've joined us, and I am thrilled and excited today. We have a beautiful, wonderful guest named Juli Shulem. She is a productivity coach, industrial organizational psychologist. Wow, that's a lot of words, big words. I love it. And multiple decades of experience, especially working with people with ADHD and helping you get out of overwhelm and into action. She works with entrepreneurs, executives, and high-performing leaders to improve task management. That's always good, right? Organization and follow through. And she is the creator of Your Life Productive Finally. It's a course that she's worked with hundreds of leaders in Fortune 100 and 500 companies, coaching leaders to be, well, overcome distractions, boost performance, and her no shame, I love that, systems-based approach help clients turn chaos into clarity, one task at a time. Welcome, Juli.
Thank you so much, Jill. Wonderful to be here.
Glad that you're here. I know that a lot of our listeners probably have some issues with this. And I just want to know, what's one simple strategy we can start doing immediately to help with this?
Well, there's so many, but the most important thing I'd say if you wanted one would
One on
be
one.
one. All right. Would be to create systems that are going to actually move the needle forward. And that can be a wide variety of things that you can end up doing, but planning ahead and setting up a system that you are consistent with, having structure in place so that you are consistently doing the things that need to be done, that you want to get done. They're going to move, as I said, move the needle forward. So that's probably if I were to pick one, I give you maybe a little bit there. Create some
Thank you.
structure.
That's helpful. And in your experience, what do you think is the biggest, what we'll call productivity killers, what you call productivity killers in today's professional environment? And most importantly, what can leaders do to address them?
So there are a lot of productivity killers that confront people. Many are the same ones that humans have been dealing with for decades, actually. And I'd say the bigger ones are not having structure in place, not having a plan. You wouldn't start driving somewhere new without something to help navigate you get there, right? But so many start their day with no plan, no intentions, no systems. So creating and using the right systems is essential. Another is have a simple place to start and by having an area that is free of distractions. That's another really crucial area. And we generally know that those distractions can really throw us off our game and keep us from getting things accomplished. So remove things that are a distraction in your visual arena. So remove things that are in your environment that could be pulling you. A lot of people don't realize that when they have things around them, those are usually reminders of the things you have not done yet. And
Mm.
that can be very overwhelming and stress and anxiety inducing. So create a way so that you have a distraction-free area to work in. And that will be turning your phone off. That will be having the messages that show up on your computer, have those removed, especially when you're working on a project and you need to focus your time and energy. Another really big productivity killer is poor task management and not using our tools properly, such as a calendar. It never ceases to amaze me that so many people have a calendar. They know it's there. They may look at it once in a while, but they're really not utilizing it as a tool that can make them so much more productive than they are being. And also using a task management system. There's a lot to that. So we'll keep it there. And
Wait, can I back up, Julie, on the calendar, just as an example? What would you tell us to do to
so
help us?
first of all, you want to set your calendar up so that you've got a beginning of your day and an ending of your day. A lot of times our calendars are just filled with maybe a few appointments here and there, but not really blocking the time that you're going to be blocking the activities that are going to be taking all of your time. So a lot of times we'll just have blank space. Well, you're doing something in that time. Maybe you're working on your tasks. Well, then block it. Put time in there to do the things that you're planning on doing. You don't have to be really detailed as to what you're going to be doing specifically, because that will be on your task management system. But blocking the time that from 1 to 4, I'm going to be working on tasks. If you don't have meetings, well, you're doing something. Be intentional about what you're going to be doing. Put it in there. Schedule time to do it. Morning and evening, schedule your morning routine from the time you wake up till the time you start your workday. What are you doing? That's your morning routine. Those things you probably already know what they are, and they're pretty consistent for most people. Make sure that you're allocating time for the different things, the different categories of your life and where you're putting your time. And I always tell people straight up when I'm working with calendaring, make sure you schedule downtime. You don't
Yeah.
have to micromanage your day so that every minute you're busy, busy, busy. No, schedule your social time. Schedule when you're going to do nothing. You can actually decide to do nothing and just put it in there. Keep life simple. That way, you're not going to be working every minute because we shouldn't be. We want to create that life work balance. And there's a reason the word life is first.
Yes, I love that. And I'll go to a conference and always the day after, even if it's I'm come back on a Saturday, that Monday or the day after the conference, sometimes a couple days, depending on how long I'm gone, are
Right.
I call them download days. And then
Yes.
I decided that I didn't want to download anything, so I changed it to turtle time. I don't have to do anything. Isn't that a nice thing?
I do the same thing when I come back from any trip. I just reserve that day. I consider it I'm off. No one needs to reach me. I'm still gone in a way, but that's my I call it my re-entry day.
That's right. We need it. I
100%.
love that. Thank you.
No,
Well, I
yeah.
know one of your specialties is ADHD, and what do you think is a common misperception people have about productivity, especially if they have ADHD?
It's an excellent question. Thank you for asking that one. So, most of us tend to grossly underestimate how much time a task will take to accomplish. It's just a human nature thing. We overschedule ourselves and then work way too many hours in order to follow through on commitments. And then we make these based on assumptions that we can get a slew of things done that won't necessarily be possible to achieve. So when I work with clients on task management, this is one of the biggest areas that my clients tend to need help with. We start creating structure in their days, and I also advise them to allocate 50% more time than they are guessing it's going to take to do a task for every task. So if you think it's
Mm,
to take an hour, give yourself an hour and a half. Now that's because we tend to underestimate pretty consistently, particularly for things that we may not have done before or done very often. Now,
right.
for those with ADHD, that number needs to be larger, shall we say. I typically recommend doubling that number because there's that distraction issue that comes into play with individuals with ADHD. And a big misconception is that a lot of a lot of people that I work with ADHD, and actually to be honest, pretty much everyone that I work with ADHD, they're amazingly talented, creative, brilliant, really very amazing people. And they have so much to bring to the table. But a lot of people think that, oh, well, they can't focus on anything and they're doing, well, actually, it's kind of the opposite. I've been said to, one of the things I say often is it's not that someone with ADHD can't focus, it's they can't not focus on everything going on. They are brilliant at here. They know what's happening in all the different arenas. So there are techniques and little tricks that I teach those that are easily distracted, shall we say, and have executive functioning challenges, not problems, challenges. Challenges are more easily overcome. That they are really be able to do better at the things they want to do and focus in ways that they may not have been successful in the past at. So the misconception that those with ADHD are not able to do things that someone who doesn't have ADHD can, no. They do it and they can do it brilliantly. And the other thing that this is one of my favorite things when in my life, for example, when I want to come up with to fix a problem, come up with a creative idea. Man, you want to go to someone with ADHD because they are the most amazing out of the box thinkers, right?
Yeah.
And they will come up with things that no one else on that team may even think about. And that's the one wonderful idea that tends to drive the project forward.
The secret sauce, so to speak.
Oh, so much so that you want to have some people with ADHD on your teams for sure.
Oh, that's great. I love that. So, Julie, I know people are going to want to get a hold of you, and please let us know. And if you have a free gift for our listeners, that would be great too.
I do. First of all, you can reach me very easily by just Googling my name, Juli Shulem. Julie is spelled Juli, Shulem, Shulem. You can also find me on LinkedIn, same name. And you can go to my website, which is coachjulie.com.
Beautiful. Thank you for that. And we will have that all in the show notes too. And I appreciate you being here and thank you so much for everything you gave to all of us today.
Well, thank you so much. Happy to be here. Appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. And to all of you, please keep listening, come back, leave us your comments, and check out JillLublin.com. Be great to see you in all kinds of forums and the kindness circles we're doing. And we look forward to seeing you next time. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.